Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. And pardon any sync issues. Just getting everything right on my side. Yeah, okay. Oh. So you've got time to smash the like button while I'm doing the exciting part on this side. And of course, I am on YouTube, but uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. It's fine. Uh, but I do have my Twitch chat room open. It's Nikki M Carlin. If you have an account at all on Twitch, you have a chat room. So that's where I'm at as well. And what's up to Michael and to Patrick? Glad you made it. How is your, I believe it is Saturday. Saturday, yeah. Did you, anything fun happen? Did do any weekend stuff? Lisa Gray, glad you made it. Pardon, I gotta, throw stuff on the ground. My hair was fighting me. Literally 10 seconds before I went live. And it's like sometimes I can get away with maybe 3 bobby pins in my hair, and then sometimes I'm kind of glad the lighting is not great because otherwise that's sometimes all you would see on the sides of my head, and then you can't see the back, so that doesn't matter. But just for it to, because it's my hair since it did pass away. January, it was 2 years ago. It's just I cannot, like when I'm by myself, I can just like put a little clip in my hair and just have it all down, and it might fall in some kind of cute way, and that's fine, but nobody sees it, and so I can't plan it. I just have to like clip it back, and if it falls that way, it falls that way. I can't make my hair do anything. So with that in mind, let's say I could clip it back before a show, just the flop sweat and me moving around it all would make it fall. And then with my hair, again being dead, it would just it when I did this before, I parted it in the middle. In real life, it doesn't look that bad, but something about the camera and the lighting just makes it look like I might as well have just taken like an electric shaver like a guy uses and just buzzed straight back. We owe you, Bill Cooper. Glad you made it over on Twitch. Twitch, yeah. Bill Cooper said, Signal went out, lost Derby feed, go sovereignty, and hi, Nikki. Yeah, what's up? So just as an example, because I do have a regular clip in my hair right now with, like you put it ponytail, clip it up. And that's roughly a clip that's about this size. I know it's clear. I'll hold it in front of my chest. This is like, it's just between like 3 1/4 and 3.5 inches long. Like one of these, I could clip all my hair back with nothing else and it would stay up, but then it would start to fall down. I didn't realize my hair was dying. So now I'm down to using these little teeny tiny itty bitty clips that are just about slightly over an inch wide. So I went from using this, no problem, to it being completely ineffectual and had to buy a whole packet of these little tiny fuckers to hold it up, just to give you an example of what it's like, because other than just like me, hiding my bald spot up here, it doesn't really convey, like the camera can't show you the dead hair that falls out and the loss. So just to illustrate it, that's the best way I can show you. So it's just there for show. Oh, we owe you, Bill Cooper. Kentucky Derby about to run. All horses have the same birthday in the northern hemisphere. They're all born on January 1st. In the southern hemisphere, they're all born on August 1st. Just so they, because they have to have the ages of the horses right. So they just all I don't know the gestation period for horses, but apparently they all get the same fuck day, and then so they're all born at the same time. I don't want any part of that. More power to them. Lisa Gray says, hi to Patrick. She said, I'm tired, just up since 1:30 a.m. Fuck. How much caffeine have you had? Said Aurora was putting on a show with audio from Sandhill Cranes, Snipes, and Owls. Just finished outside chores and relaxing. Oh, sweet. That is so cool. Hold on, I gotta look at this again. Is this just gonna be, you know what? This is just gonna be a fight. Okay. Let me just talk about some other stuff. The link is in the description for the show to vote for our films to watch for May. The options are Lifted from 2010, Capricorn 1 from 1977, Jabberwocky from 1977, and A Night at the Opera from 1935. If it does select an option you didn't choose, let me know, because as it sits right now, like, it was not showing me any votes for A Night at the Opera, but suddenly it's something like 14%. So that can't be more than like 1 or 2 people. And I mean, like, I voted for that, but it doesn't count my number, so that's fine. It just, again, it makes you select something. So I think that might be why it defaulted to that for some people. I put it at the bottom for that reason, like thinking maybe hopefully it's just not gonna, fuck with anybody. But it has, it's an issue. So please check that out. We'll get that sorted out. See, like 2, that did it. Really? I took out, I got 4 more. I had it just too many cooks in the kitchen. It's one of those days. But yeah, we'll get that finalized later on in the show. It's still early. Bill Cooper said, oh yeah. Everybody gets some at the horse stable. I don't know. I haven't watched a day at the races in a couple of months. I've forgotten. Oh, Dandy, glad you made it. Readings on a chilly Saturday night. Yeah, it's not humid how it was before. I did hear it rain earlier. Oh, I looked outside and it was raining. Dude, like the grass is so green. What is up with that this time of year? I noticed it when I went out on Wednesday. I was like, what the fuck? Is it spring? It's like it's a green. You can tell I'm inside all the time. It was bright. Oh, we owe you Bill Cooper's horse one. Sweet. The Secretariat. Jenna, you're worrying too much, Nikki. Yeah, that is what it is. A Virgo rising. So as much as I tell myself not to, I do still notice every single little thing and overanalyze stuff. And yeah, can't help but notice it. What I did end up doing starting last Wednesday, I did well, I took my 300 milligrams of caffeine like normal, thinking I wasn't gonna up it till the next day. But running around, I got tired. I'm like, I cannot be like this driving the car. So I'm like, this is just not safe. So like, hold on, let me, like, I did my running around, like grocery store stuff. You come home, put everything away. And then, and then go to my appointment. So like, yeah, I'm not going to like say, like go get ice cream and then go to a doctor's appointment and then, like bring it home and it's milk. So I'm not going to lift anything extra after a doctor appointment. And again, you can be sort of still peeling for, I know it's so classy. You can't still be like even Thursday, I was still everything was just very tender. So that's just normally, like the worse you are off, the longer it takes to heal. Sometimes it's so bad you have to go twice in a row just to get everything back in order. That would be like after you got, like say whiplash from a car accident, something severe. So that's not like I'm certainly not in the, I would like to go more, but just monetarily. And plus, like, what if we get sick of seeing each other? I just saw you last week. Oh, Sovereignty was Bill Cooper's horse. I don't know any current horse names. I'm pretty sure Secretariat was like a horse from 100 years ago now. Jenna said, I had the same issue with my hair for years, worried me so much. I started the AB Complete and my hair, it, she said her hair became healthy. That's why I couldn't get the words out. Like, it came back to life. Hair necromancy. Wow. Um, yeah, it just like, it didn't tell me it was going to like pass away. I just had to find out a couple of months later. Damn straight, Jenna. Yes, it's because we aren't eating enough and getting enough minerals. Damn straight. I think so. Like I said before, I always feel like I can never like drink enough to just fluids. I don't like that. I'm not saying I necessarily feel thirsty all of the time, but like I get I don't know, a glass of orange juice. I finish it, and I'm sitting there thinking like I could have drank more, but it's like I gotta pour another thing. That it just gets into like, am I just drinking a whole jug of orange juice for the calories, and then just again, run to the restroom afterwards for nothing? So I just Jenna, I was developing a bald spot too because I was worried for a long time. I worked in factories for 8 years, so hair netta. That was like I felt like my hair was getting thin. Like I've got pictures of myself from 2015, and I thought my hair was getting thin. I was wrong. And then if I went from that to have it, you had to wear a hat at my last job after that. So it was like a baseball cap or just some kind of hat. So I'm like, this is killing my hair. And then the job after that I was right by a door, so I had to wear a hat again because I was cold. And then at my last job, it just delete yourself depression just finally killed my hair. It still grows, like the grays still grow in. I see gray hairs that have to be from when they started turning gray 10 years ago, but not the rest of it. Jenna, hair isn't falling out, and my hair started to grow. I maybe pulled 10 hairs out today. Oh my god. I can make a hair doll out of the hair that's fallen out in the last 2 years. I should have thought to save it, but that's very, very weird. Don't be collecting things like that. Unless you're making a voodoo doll or something, you really don't need somebody else's hair or your own. Oh, was there anything else I wanted to? So I'm getting used to I'm on the 400 milligrams of caffeine, and then it doesn't make me as agitated and jittery as going up to 300 did last year. So I was able to have keto brains on top of it, and not again, not feel like I'm gonna jump out of my skin. You Bill Cooper, yes. Do not collect your hair, Nikki. Yeah, that's just so odd. And and we're not collecting hair to drug test. We don't condone that sort of thing. I'll test any drugs you want as long as it doesn't involve needles. What's up, John Rogers? Jen, I used to clog my shower drain. LOL. I went so far as to get like it's a tinier vacuum, like the kind that doesn't have the bristles on the front to collect stuff up, because all that does is collect all of my hair. So I just got like it's a little bit cheaper vacuum, like you can maybe vacuum, I don't know, maybe like half of this bedroom, then you just dump it out, vacuum the other half. It's not that much of a hassle, but like it just has little wheels. It doesn't have any like bristles to pull up the hair. Because honestly, you can collect it up and toss it away separately. There's so fucking much of it. Michael said, Nikki, don't collect your hair. That's my job. Exactly. Leave that for your super fans. Lisa Grace said, I'll get vitamin D3 and K2 combo. That's what I do take. Maybe I got to take more. Helps with hair and bones and so on and so forth. Yeah, maybe I just have to up the amount because you guys, I think it was on this channel, you guys recommended it. Like, not quite frankly, but specifically here. So I've been on that for a while, sometime within this last year. We owe you Bill Cooper. Oh, needles. No, not that. No, like unless you're type 1 diabetic or some other kind of sickness like that, you really don't need the needles. I mentioned before I was going to say this real quick last time, but don't go to Coachella. Again, I did not go. I just watched a video about a guy. I guess people were uploading their experiences, so he collected them all, and he kind of had the same thing. And I thought, like, oh, why would you go there? It's because it's in the desert, California, Arizona. It doesn't matter where. It's in the desert. So right away, if you need to go to any place, and they say, oh, by the way, it's in the desert, reconsider. I know Egypt's in the desert. Still think twice. So there's that, and it's a free for all. You don't need an invitation. You can just show up if you can get there, and that's why it is a problem, because whoever can show up will just show up, and so you've got like lines of people just to get to the parking. You're going to be in line for like 8, 10 hours easily. Like people are running out of gas, pushing their car. It's 100 degrees outside. There's no place to use the restroom. So you might have food and water, but when you have to relieve yourself, folks were just, finding bushes and just letting it go. So I'm sure it smelled lovely out there. And that's just to get to parking. Some people just said fuck it and threw it in park. Then if you want to take a shower, I guess the queue for that starts at 8 a.m. But again, you're going to be waiting in line for like a minimum of 3 hours just to get clean. You haven't even eaten yet. And like the price of the food is insane. There's this girl sitting there. She's got like a styrofoam plate and maybe a sandwich. Not a submarine sandwich, not a sandwich just high, but like a sandwich, like cut in half sandwich and a bag of chips. And she's holding on to this for dear life, like the wind's going to blow it away. It's not even that windy. But she's sitting there, she's eating the sandwich so carefully, like she can't spill anything out of it. John Riders, beware of the cactus. Yeah, them too. And then they show up. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to be like this out here. I keep it at my house at 68 degrees year round. And she looks it. But and again, she's holding on to this bag of chips and eating this sandwich that maybe cost her something stupid like $50. Like, I shit you not, they're charging like just a stupid amount of money for simple food. You could have made that at home. But it's these people are showing up not realizing what car camping is. They don't realize you're either sleeping in your car or you're setting up a tent next to your car and camping in that. And then they also don't realize you're in the fucking desert. So it's hot and there's always, dust blowing around 24/7 and it gets everywhere. Have not even seen a single band yet. So that's just what it's like to, oh no, wait, it gets even better. Now it gets to the part you got to show people crying. So of course it's girls crying. So first of all, it's like some people in their car, they're just upset. They're holding like a sticker that's maybe this big, about as big as your palm. They're like, look at this thing, look at this. This is the parking pass for Coachella. Guess how much I paid for this? Just guess. And it's something like $400 or $500. I shit you not. Like, it's not even special parking. It's just to be able to park. Yeah, Dandy, it sounds so miserable. Like, you can't help but laugh at how stupid people are for wanting to participate in this, and then they get on TikTok and cry about it, and we get to LOL. This other girl, this was like after the fact. She must have come home and filmed herself because she's in a house. Some girl, younger than 25, and you can tell she's on the verge of tears, like she just heard her best friend got in a car accident or something, and here she is holding one of these passes, and it's a little bit bigger, but it's still no bigger really than her hand. She's like, look at this thing. I got this for my parking at Coachella, and you won't believe how much like she's seriously getting choked up, and you won't believe how much I paid for this. I got on a payment plan. This dumb bitch spent, it was just over a fucking grand. It was somewhere between like a grand, but like it wasn't 1,100, but it was over, it was 4 digits. And like she needed to, she's having a breakdown. She's having a breakdown. If she's not faking it, she's having a breakdown. And LOL, because you just paid over a grand. Like, I sat and watched, like, Gaga's Coachella thing, and the most frustrating part was when somebody was shaking the camera. But I mean, like I've already got the TV, I've already paid for the internet, so and it was less than $1,000. No gas involved. For what? What are you going to see there physically that is not going to be recorded and put everywhere online within 24 hours? What could possibly happen good that you need to be there for to see personally? Who was really going to be there? And I guess what it is, like the first weekend, they have a lot of air quotes influencers. So, like these YouTubers get to go there and they let them stay in these really nice hotels and like they show them off. They've got all this space and their own pool and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, again, just to like not get dusty and sweaty and use up all your gas and lose $1,000 and probably fight with your friends the whole way there and back, and you can just watch it all for free. To just wait literally a day and you can see it all. Like I understand wanting to go to a concert and wanting to see like artists you like I get that, but they nobody thought of the logistics, not the people showing up, not the people putting it on, and like people were low key comparing it to Firefest. I don't know if you've heard about that. That's not a really hugely known event. It's something more maybe like the something the younger crowd would know about. It's like some artist, like rapper, somebody was gonna like, hey, everybody fly to this island for like 3 days, and we'll put on a party and feed you guys, give you a place to stay, it'll be fun. And then folks show up, and it's just basically tents. And the foods, air quote food, was like a slice of bread, a slice of cheese, a little piece of lettuce. You get a bottle of water. It just trash everywhere. Like then I think a windstorm broke out and blew half the shit over. It's terrible, terrible. There was something like this a year or two ago too. Again, LOL. Because modern times, I like they're not going to film it, put it all online for you. So if you had a great time going to that, great. If you had a bad time going to that, you deserve it. Hopefully, you learned your lesson and you don't make the same mistake twice. What's up, Zora? Glad you made it. Right on. She said, Zora said, I park on the outskirts, sneak in, or jump the fence for free. All right. Jenna, yeah, she needs clicks. Yeah, that's why she was crying about it. Lisa Gray, yeah, no brains, no headaches. I say about dumb shits. It's really, it's just not worth it. And then like the guy, made the video. He's like, yeah, like, oh yeah, sure, I would go if I was like those influencer people staying in the hotel with the pool and all that. Then sure, invite me. I'm open anytime. I'll go anytime you want me to go. But that's the only time you're gonna see me there. I'm thinking, I know that's right, dude. Shit. And this guy was younger too. Like like him, like the age of the person who would go to that, and he knew better. Oh, it's so. I it is kind of sad when people just want to have a good time and then it just turns into shit. But like you can't say you did not see that coming. One time I saw a video of like people trying to do bad things to somebody else and then they get their instant karma. So you see somebody like it's like somebody was filming from the second floor of their apartment or their house, and you can see a car parked in the driveway just across the street. But and the back windows are down. It must be summertime. But somebody walks up. I forget if it was a guy or a girl, and you see them like chuck in or pour in gasoline. You know what a gasoline container looks like, but they throw it in there, and then they light a match and toss it in. But there's not an explosion right away. So what do? It might have been a girl. She sticks her head in to check. Boom! Video ends. You gotta plan ahead just a tiny bit, even if you're not the type to. We owe you Bill Cooper exactly out in the desert, depending on the vendors. Damn. Yeah, I mean, unless you and your friends thought to bring a cooler and you figured out the ratio to like how much do I eat to not have to evacuate anything. Because when I would go to places like the Walleye Festival, And I think I have said before, there is a Wendy's across the street, and they have a big ass banner that says "No restroom without purchase," something like that, because they know people are going to go over there. They're not going to use porta potties. Neither will I. So I work up the ratio to, like, like, yes, I'm going to eat a little bit there, and yeah, they might have lemonade or something like that. Just like, what's the ratio I can get at? So like I can eat and not get full and not get sick on something, but still be able to keep myself hydrated without having to go to Wendy's. So you can do it, but maybe they just haven't worked that out yet. So I got wasted at the show and couldn't find my truck afterwards. Twice at the fish show. Oh, damn. You must have had a good time then if you couldn't find your car. Oh, Bluegrass, glad you made it. Dropping by to say hey. And I do have to say something. I said something in the comments. I had to click off of the video. This is not, maybe I'm just frustrated from the extra caffeine. I can't take it anymore. I am so, I'm taking it personally now. I am so fucking sick of that. Suddenly there's 80s music for the background music and Grace still plays his videos. And I know that's his editor's fault. And I'm so sick of it. One of it is saxophone. It's just like I had to listen to Mayhem. I had to. I have to live with that album, even if I never listen to the 80s songs again. So I am 80s the fuck out for the rest of my life. It's so bad. I want to lie about my age to say I was born in the 90s or the 70s. I'm that pissed off about it. I had to click off of the video. I don't know how many minutes I got into it, but I heard two 80s background tracks that he's been using lately, and they stopped, and then he played a third one, and I couldn't. I had to go. I like, if you're pissing me off that bad, I can't watch my dad's videos. I mean, I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow. I can finish it up, but I'm taking it personally. I'm not thinking any good thoughts about that man. Whatever his editor did good in the past has been wiped away, because there's no excuse for it. And again, his Grace Coffee Company went under because he doesn't have people his age watching his channel. So why do these kids want to hear 80s music? Just no. So the show's actually sucked and I was bitching instant karma. Oh man. But let me talk about some quite frankly here, since we all watched that show. I know Frank was live earlier. He had something on Friday saying if he got 5 of the orange super chats, he would do a cigar show today. And I didn't know this was super chats because he hasn't had them in 5 years, but they're like the colors change. So like if you donate $1, it's blue. More than that, it's a little bit lighter blue. It's a rainbow. So the higher up you go, like I think once you get like 100, 200, 300 turns red, but don't super chat that much because YouTube, Google takes 30% of super chats. Use, quite frankly, superchat.com. But in this instance, he wanted folks to, so we could do his cigar stream. That was earlier at 3 p.m., which is a good time for it. My eyes were just not there. I was trying to get my head together for this. Taking 100 extra milligrams of caffeine does not mean like I'm awake and like doing things all the time. That's just one problem sort of nipped in the bud. Michael Frank was smoking acid this morning. I think he was tripping on acid the other day. Not him, or no, his monitors are the way they've been messing up. Patrick, yeah, some 80s music is pretty good though. Yeah, some of it is good. So it has its place. We literally have a decade of it. Gaga didn't need to make any more 80s songs, but there they are. And it would be one thing if the editor was like saying mixing up like the usual background music with some of the 80s stuff, but it honestly is like normal background music in some videos, and then in other videos he's using every single 80s track that he has in stock, and not. There's been a couple episodes lately, videos that are just like great. They're almost like old school. Like the fact that they don't suck because of the editing. I almost want to share them. Like, this is what I'm talking about. this. That man just got on my bad side. Yeah, again, the Monday, I need to start doing this. I told myself, I've been telling myself for like almost a month to do this, and I haven't done it yet. What's up, Wally World? Good, you made it. But to like say dates more often, like today is May 3rd, 2025. So this was back on February 28th, same year. That's when Frank was saying May 9th, which is a Friday, he's going to have the announcement, something about himself and Keto Brains and a meetup in September in New York State. That's all that's all he said. Anything else I've said about it is pure speculation. Like if he would have told me stuff in a DM, I couldn't tell it to you because it's a DM and it's private. But I could say if he told me anything in a DM, but I wouldn't have to say what he said. He like I can get very close to I hate to lie, but I like to get very, very close to like almost saying what I know. I know nothing. I know what you guys know. I know what he said at that show, and I know my luck, and pardon me. Um, so yeah, I just know somebody needs to fucking film it because clearly not everybody can go. So if somebody doesn't get their shit together and film it, I'll go off. Like, you know, fucking full well, this is a limited, like, there is a capacity. And more than that capacity want to see this thing. And if you don't let them see this thing, I will go off about this thing forever. Because it's May. I don't know when he started planning it, but they need to plan to have fucking cameras there. Just like that, It's a Wonderful Life play that he had on in December. Because I think I don't want to ever watch the movie. I think I want my version of that story to just be that play. I don't know if it still exists, but I kind of don't want to spoil the memory of watching that with the movie. Not saying the movie's bad. I have not seen it, but it was just it was something great happened during a very bad time. That's what that was. Wheelio Bill Cooper. Yeah, there's a September meetup. It's in New York, like not in New York City. Frank did say that. Of course, he's not going to, have people driving to the city because that's dangerous. But, New York is such a big area. You can because he doesn't even live in the city. He lives technically outside of the, proper city. So just somewhere in New York State, probably somewhere easy to get to with parking. And that in September, the only like hang up with September is I know his daughter's birthday is right in the middle of it. But her birthday's on a weekend, and I don't know what day of the week he's going to do it on. I don't know. Of course, it would not take many days or something like that. So it would just be one day. I just don't know when he would do it because if it's in the middle of the week, then I'm doing a show. If it's any day but Sunday, I'll be doing a show. So, and he better be fucking going live with it, something like that. Like when he was walking around the Lyndhurst house, something like that. But a more stationary camera would be better. Patrick said, "I think we got you Sunday, Wally. Settle for a draw." Their football UK football teams go at it. And Wally says, "Patrick, I sure hope you lot are distracted by Europa League tomorrow." Yeah, as rough as Monday was, at the actual 7 p.m. show, I wrote down 1955, so 7:55 p.m. Yeah, Swanee called in, Mark Swan, and like I have the vaguest memory of him calling in once before. Of course, this would have been, before most of it, you guys were around. But then Frank's like, "Oh my God, is this the first time you've called?" And I'm thinking this was like the second time, and Swanee's like, "Yeah, it's the second time I've called." that was so cool. Again, I've he's been around. I mean, he was there during like the Ustream days, the Sadalza days, so like around almost as long as I have, and we've heard him calling twice. Frank was so giddy about that. That was so awesome. I got it's not a great day as that was. Like I got no work done, nothing like that. Like two good things happened. That was one of them. Forgotten what the other one is now. Oh, fucking hell. Then we got Jim Lee was on. Jim Lee, climate viewer. He had oh no, he was doing it right. Yeah, because there was Frank with his fucking white shirt on, so hat on, couldn't fucking see it, just too bright. But Jim Lee also had a white shirt on, but he saved it. He had like a black blazer, looked very nice. And yep, this is when this came up. All right. I wasn't gonna say this. I didn't want to get this into everybody's head, but since it already came up, I said it before in the chat room. We'll say it here because a few folks started chiming in, like, "Hey, Jim Lee kind of looks like this person or that person," and I kind of didn't care because I just said what I had to say. So I was like, Jim Lee sort of resembles Raul Julia. And then two people were like, "Oh my God, you're right!" I've been a Raul Julia fan for, again, I told you, I still remember finding out when he passed away back in 1994. I can just, even now, clear as day, just see the TV telling me that. So I've been a fan for a minute, and then it kind of took me a while to like put the two and two together. But like they've got like the similar, like water sign will have like big eyes like that, and they've got a similar jaw, like similar like face shape. But Jim Lee is less tan. I don't know if he sings and dances or anything like that. But it's so bad now that I watch Raul Julia movies now, and I think of Jim Lee. Like I'll go back watch. I'll go back and watch Street Fighter, and just think that's what Jim Lee needs to do. He needs to cosplay as M Bison. I gotta tell him that Jim Lee cosplay M Bison. He might not do it, but I'm gonna tell him to do it. It's uncanny, and they're both water signs. Jim Lee's a Scorpio. Raul Julia was a Pisces. Oh, he still is. But that's astrological similarities. When you know people's signs, you can start comparing, like facial features and stuff like that. Then it gets to a point where you can be like spot looking at people and be like, "You're a Cancer, right?" Like, "Oh my God, people think I'm a Leo." Like, "No, no, you're a Cancer. I can tell." That's how you do it. Patrick Wally, if we get there, probably lose to, is it Manchester United? Hopefully not. And Wally says to Patrick, sure you'll make it to the final, but man, you'll be a tough match. Everything I'm learning about like UK sports is literally from chat rooms. That's it. Okay, I don't know how this came up, but I'm trying to remember the year. But we are talking about like sunburn or like just sun exposure, and it's memory unlocked. I just can't recall the year. I want to say like 2012. I don't think it was 2013, but what it is, again, it was at the Walleye Festival is something they would have in Port Clinton for Memorial Day weekends. Haven't been there in years, don't know if they still do it, all of that, but I went over there with my best friend at the time, and he's just a white guy, and I'm like a little bit tanner, so I don't really burn in the sun. I'll get darker, but I'm not like skin peeling off, aloe vera. I don't have that issue. Oh, Wally, no, it's cool. Yeah, he said, Nikki, sorry for the English football chat, but our two teams are playing against each other tomorrow. No, like chat it up. That's cool. That's important. I'm glad you're sharing that with us. It's a, that's how I learn from chat rooms. But we're at just walking around, just hanging out, just having a good time. We just have a snack, have a deep fried Snicker bar, have lemonade, have whatever they have. That's a place. It wasn't the same time where they had those banging ass pierogies, and I've never had any pierogies that good. I've never had food that good from a fair anywhere. I've had some pretty good fair food, but oh my god. Well, we're just walking around. I know at one point there was this lady. I don't know what was wrong with her, but she was just holding incredibly still and then kind of just like leaning to the side more and more and more. And we're both kind of sitting there like she had family with her. Like, do they notice us? Is she gonna fall over? We're just kind of like laughing at her, but like try not to. We don't want to interrupt, like the comedy and like wake her up from her, tipping over. Just little stuff like that. You just see people. Like there was this group of guys walking and I'm just thinking, whatever. It's just like three guys walking. My friend says, "Look at that one in the middle." I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "See him walk?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "See that little twitch in his hips?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like that's how you know. Oh, like, oh, that's what that is. A little bit extra, not like sashaying, not swishy. Just the hips are just doing a little bit more for a guy than how they would usually walk. It's like, oh, okay, like little stuff like that. We're just shooting the shit. Anyway, go home and like the whole time my friend was wearing a bandana. He usually did, but he gets home and he takes it off. And he's like, oh shit, because he had like it wasn't bad, but like he had like the line right across his head where it's like the skin's white here and it's just like a little bit pink for the rest of his face. And I'm not saying we're like out in the sun. We stayed under trees, but he just must have gotten enough sun that he kind of got a little bit of a sunburn. I'm thinking, oh damn, that sucks to be white. Oh well. But he was fine. It's not like, oh, and then he got skin cancer or something. He's okay. But I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm glad that doesn't happen to me. Sucks to be you. Anyway, I go home that night, going to wash my face, and I was just wondering why. Like maybe I'd like did I scrub too hard? Why is the bridge of my nose pink? And then why is it right here a little bit pinker than that? Never happens. I wasn't scrubbing that hard. Did I get a sunburn? There's my Godsmack right there for thinking like, haha, my friend. But so I got a little bit of a sunburn. I asked for it. I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. But why? Why? Why is it pink right where the light would? Shit. So I'm like, okay, let me be careful washing my face since it's gonna be tender for a while. So yeah, I did instant karma. Maybe maybe that's what. Maybe I didn't have sunburn until I thought that, and then I got in the mirror. So yeah, that really happened. That's the last time I got sunburn. Thing I've had trucker's arm, but that's just a tan. Patrick said, "Oh, Wally, you should get Nikki a hammer shirt and make her a hammerette." And then Wally says, "Arden has a shirt and a hat. She's a hammerette. LOL." There's I don't know too much about it, but I do know there's sort of like a low budget horror, like Hammer films, Hammer horror, Christopher Lee films. I don't know. I'm not a horror fan officially. Oh, Arden, I do have an official West Ham hat. And Patrick is Wally, fair play. Have you taught her air quotes blowing bubbles yet? Is he back in town? Yeah, Jim Lee was only on with us because he's busy as hell. He's in the middle of like building a whole ass other website, so he just literally has no time for even his own show. So the only reason he was on, quite frankly, is because he's a Frankly. So Jim Lee is awesome. We like that guy. And he does watch the YouTube chat room. So if you want to pick a fight with him, that's okay, because he'll say something. And so in the chat room who said blah blah blah. I got the receipts right here. We'll totally call him out. Yeah, Wednesday. Went to my doctor appointment. And I didn't sometimes I think of what to like watch afterwards, but I find if I plan and have things set up for myself after my appointment, some dumb shit will happen, like my chiropractor won't be there. So like the less prepared I am, the better. Fucking hate it. So I really didn't know like have anything like set up to like watch any have anything like planned, any movies or something like that. But I was thinking lately, maybe it's just recommendations have been coming up. I know that most recently Madonna's most recent concert tour that she was doing was called Celebration. I haven't seen that. I guess it ended last year, so okay, yeah, I'm on top of it. But I'm like, wait, I know she did one before because she had an album out called Madam X in 2019, and she did a tour of concerts for that. But they weren't like in big like stadiums. They were in like smaller theaters, and she did it like that. It was more of a concept album. I realized I had not seen that, so I was two concerts behind. So I'm like, well, let me look that up because one thing, Madonna is one of those artists where if it's not something official, it gets taken down. So like her last album came out, I found some cool remixes. Go back to like listen to them later, and it deleted video, deleted video, deleted video, private video. So it's I don't have the energy to like keep up that fight to keep looking for remixes. So I just let it go. So it's like, is this concert even available? Yeah. Uh, like it's somebody recorded it on their phone when she was in Vegas. Now these concerts took place at the end of 2019 and the very beginning of 2020, like before March of 2020. So like the quality is not always great. At one point, I like this guy's shaking his hand back and forth to the song. Like, no, you don't do that. At one song, you just hear it. I think they were filming the floor. Another song, you just see the back of somebody's shoulder the whole time. So I mean, like, bless their heart for film though. Like the audio was good, even if like you can't always see everything. So you can get the full experience in one sitting. Like I don't like I wasn't really grooving to too many of these songs initially. That's why I did have to look for remixes, and I have not listened to that album since it came out, so I don't remember it quite well. So like listening to the concert like sort of jogged my memory about some of these songs. Like, oh hey, I like that one. Oh hey, that's that one other one. Oh hey, yeah, this was a single. Cool. But I'm just kind of like, okay, all right. It kind of made me think of that when she did the song Gang Bang Live during the MDNA tour. But then she gets to the song Frozen. That's about a 5 minute long song. I did not see about 3 minutes of it. They filmed it quite well. The issue was when it started up, my eyes were just flooded with tears. I just was bawling my fucking eyes out. I love Frozen. I love Raylight. That entire era, that entire album, all of that. That's where I come from. So I lost my shit like somebody died. I'd wipe away the tears more it came back. I don't think I've cried that much at a song at a concert ever. Like nothing that I can remember for whatever that's worth. And the thing was, after it started playing, as it was playing, I realized I have seen this clip before because what it is, she's standing up there singing. She does the whole song, but the background, it's this, it's on the big monitors. It's black and white, but it's her daughter Lourdes doing this like dance to the song. I can't, move like that. So like I have seen that before, like years ago. I don't remember. And then like, sorry. Pardon any lag. Sorry for the noise. Got talking about Madonna. I got excited. And that's somewhere in the middle towards the end of the concert, so I lost my shit. She does a few like songs that like we know, like she'll do like a few lines from it, but it's mostly for the Madam X stuff. Pardon me. And then the very last song, I want to say it's my favorite song off the album, I Rise, and that's the song she did for the finale. I'm like, Oh, she saved it for the end. Wow. But it's kind of like people were sort of being dicks because she's walking through like past the seats, and she's got bodyguards with her, like maybe it's like four guys, they're all in black and they look mad. And like she's got her hand up and she's singing, and people are trying to like reach out and touch her. Like a few times she's got to pull her hand away from these people. Like they're like the guards are pulling other people's hands away from her. Like it's not like a like gently brush. Don't try to grab the woman's arm. So like she's trying to pull her arm away. It's like stop ruining it for everybody else. But again, it was a full theater, with the rows and all the people and all that stuff. So it's not like it was just like five people she was singing for. So that is available. So now I'm caught up. So now I can watch the celebration tour. Because I guess what happened is she did the whole celebration tour. I don't know how long it was. She had it let me back up a bit. After Madam X, she came out with another greatest hits album called Finally Enough Love. It might have been 2 CD. Like it was a lot, but it's all radio edits. I don't deal with radio edits. But there was stuff on there that she had not had on previous greatest hits albums. I want to say it's a shorter version of the Frozen remix that I've loved since 1998. The proper version of it, it's about 11 minutes long. But so the celebration tour is for the album Finally Enough Love. However, she did have an album called Celebration that was some greatest hits. It had Revolver on it. So if there's any confusion, that would be why. So I'm all caught up, so I can watch that last one sometime. Now Frank had some trippy. Maybe it's because I just watched the Madonna concert, but Frank had some trippy intro music. It made me think of "Drowned World," which is the first song on the album Ray of Light. It sort of sounds like you're like slowly like sinking beneath the waves into another world. It made me think of that. I don't know what the song is Frank was playing because of course they don't put it up on the bottom of the screen, so it's a fucking mystery forever. I don't know why she said this. Ricky Lynn said this. I don't know if she said this as a joke. I'll tell you what she said. She said she sees everything made with pearls. Now, my first thought is it trichophobia where like you can't see a whole bunch of like little like say like circles next to each other because it makes you freak out? Like what if everything you looked at was made of pearl and like your desk and the bed and the like I'm trying to think of how you would animate that like something you would see in a dream, but it's also kind of nightmare fuel. So yeah, now I've got that in your head now. I wish I could draw because I can just see how that would look. Like pearl is not my favorite stone. It's not even a stone. It doesn't sparkle. I don't understand. Like a little bit of pearls are okay. I don't understand a great mass of pearls. That's not my thing. But the guest was this fella named Jack from the observation lounge. Now, Frank's monitors have been acting really screwy. If you notice, Frank will like show the guest for a minute, then back to himself, then the guest for a minute, then it's black, then back to himself. It's again, like he said, he's not being egotistical. It's just he's got three monitors acting all fucky wucky. So I'm sure it's frustrating as hell for him. Maybe he's starting to feel what I feel like. Are his eyes getting tired? Is that why the shows have been ending so early? Is it karma? But this guy looks like somebody else said he looks like Colin Farrell. I thought he looked like the guy I bring up the Lore Lodge. He looks like that dude, but without the glasses. And I think this guy had like more hair, like this dude on Frank's Guest had black hair. And then somebody else did a super chat or something like that, and they're like, hey, I didn't know Seth MacFarlane was gonna be on the show tonight." He does. He does resemble a young Seth MacFarlane. So that was fun. He looks like everybody, and I think we had to pick somebody he looked like because we couldn't see him. So we're just trying to associate him with a known character because I don't know what's going on with Frank's monitors. I've never heard of that kind of thing before. I know what could be causing it. I don't know how to fix it. He just needs to call Jim Lee up again. Like it's doing it again. Make it stop. Oh, so like halfway into the. Oh yeah, Patrick. Yeah, Pearl is a dandy and his birthstone, and I know Arden's a Cancer, but I forget which month. So somewhere in the middle of the interview, Jack or Seth MacFarlane or Colin Farrell or Lorelai, so there were some other people too. That was just who I wrote down. Like something fell over. Like I thought it was a stack of CDs, just like a stack of something plastic just fell over. So I'm thinking, oh, he's got like a cat or a dog or just gravity got extra heavy for a moment. Oh, it happens. It happens to the Zells too. At one point, it's like Frank Zell's like, hold on, let me get my phone charger. You talk, Jim. And Jim's like, what are we talking about? Then Frank Zell's like, oh, no, wait, I got my phone charger here. And then he just hears stuff like falling over. Like, we're professional, smash. Yeah, Arden, yeah, she's Cancer, July. But what, we ignored it. You just, hear word sound, just ignore it. But then we hear the exact same thing again. And I was going to be, kind of like bring it up a little bit more, but we didn't have to because Frank's like, is everything okay over there? And Jack's, oh, no, it's fine. It's just my something like his lamp fell off of his desk or something like that. Like, what the hell is it made out of cardboard? I think he just does have a pet, and he was trying to play it off. Like, no, I don't have a cat, and then you just see like the tail come flipping, or I hear a meow. So I'm not saying he is a cat. I'm saying he has a cat, but he's trying to act like he doesn't. So I'm onto that. Yeah. Patrick has the same birthday, maybe different year as Dandy, and then do we still have this going on? Like, do we have Capricorns with the same birthdays? Aquarii, Pisces, Aries. We're in Taurus now. And what Frank's like his audio's just fine, but every so often it will drop a few frames, so it's like he's like suddenly like jerked to the side, like just like an inch or something, kind of like Max Headroom. It is a lot to watch the chat room and Frank, especially when you got it on two things. But every so often I get to see that. What's up, B Chap? Glad you made it. And the Frank played a clip, and there's this dude sitting there. I swear to God that is Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. I don't know the actor's name, but look up Draco Malfoy. That's just him grown up, and I'm just guessing. I don't know like the Harry Potter like verse that well, or like what age characters are born in, but I would imagine that would be Draco Malfoy's age in real life, like late 30s, early 40s looking. That guy was there. And somebody wrote an article about probably about climate stuff. And they mentioned Jim Lee. I mean, they call him Jim Lee. But he's in an article. Somebody's written about him. That is so awesome. All these friggin' water signs, man. And that's just cancers. That's just one sign. Now, the Thursday show. I don't think I'm ever going to forgive myself for this. I thought about this so late, so after the fact. I don't know if anybody has this information. I'll get to the point. Um, it's not like I'm a huge Tori Amos fan, but I sort of feel like I've let down every fan of her because I should have asked this question. I don't know if Frank was asking for questions before this fella came on. It just did not click with me. But Frank had a guest on, and this fella was, I don't know if I wrote down it's the May 1st episode. It's this fella was, it's like he started out in the Hells Angels, but then he had an offer to like work like corrections or something like that. And like all of his, buddies were like, "Well, hell yeah, do it. Get the hell out of this life. Like, there's no, retirement plan. There's no future, and being in a biker gang." So they're like, get the hell out of here, man. Advance yourself. So he did. He gets into like, forgive me if I'm getting this guy's pass, wrong. And what I was saying before, I'll come back around to that. I'm not going to leave you hanging. So this guy ended up working in I forget which one, but he said it's a prison in California. This was back in 1986. He was a prison guard. And we're in the chat room like, why would you want to get into that line of work? But and he was saying how he was they mentioned maybe just a handful of folks that he had run into. One of them was crap. Night Stalker Ramirez, that guy. I just always remember they said he never brushed his teeth, and he has a birthday of February 29th, same as Hailey Burnos. And they have twice on American Horror Story that I can remember used his character. First time was great. Second time, and the actor did a good job. But like that guy was there. And he never went out into the yard. He never wanted to. And the one time he did go out into the yard, he got stabbed. So I guess that's why he stayed in his room. Yeah, people didn't like that. But the thing is, what I really need to get to is that oh, what to go to? Glad you made it. This guy was a prison guard back when Charlie Manson was there. Charles Manson, the uh failed Beatle. From what I hear, his music was not that bad, but he needs no introduction. So I guess the way he spoke in a lot of just the slang of the time, like man and far out, just that kind of. It's not like you're learning new slang in prison, so whatever you go in there with, you're just stuck in that time. But what I wanted to know, "Tear in Your Hand," that's the name of the song. What was Charles Manson's favorite kind of ice cream? Did they have ice cream in jail? That's not the question. What was his favorite flavor? I'm gonna have to stop thinking about it, or I'm gonna hate myself forever for not asking that before. I mean, like maybe that guy's on social media and I can ask him and he'll just think, "Who the hell's this weird chick?" But it's like, sir, this is just it's from a song from 1991. Don't worry about it. Just answer the question. But at one point, with Frank's computer messing up for like a half of a second, it almost played his clip of it's Anakin Skywalker from I forget which Star Wars, not the first one. Hayden Christensen is Anakin. Let me put it like that. The I hate them. I don't do an Anakin impersonation, but yeah, he almost played that and he caught himself. Arden said, "I'm reading Chaos now, a book about Manson and the crazy 1960s. It actually is a beach read. Okay, nice. That's so. It just like the mind control and just making people do like nobody ever mind controls people to do good stuff. It's always bad, shady stuff and murder. Oh, but was it Ramirez who told the guy he had small forearms? So ever since then, he's like worked on his forearms, and he had a picture of himself from back in the day. It was like himself and one, two, three. It was like four or five people in the shot, but he looks a lot different than he did, like now that he did then. I was like, well, who was he? The black guy? He was a white dude, but there was a guy standing in the cell. He sort of looked like I don't know what to say. He either looked like Frank or he looked like Shane Walsh, who was John Bernthal from, let's say, the first season of The Walking Dead before he shaved his hair. So that dude, like, hey, well, what's Frank doing in that photo? And he was a cop at one point that had, there was something like gang related, and he was on the detail. And he pulls over this car and it's these four old guys. Like I don't mean like Kane's old, like maybe like 50 years old, something like that. And like everybody's like, hands on the steering wheel and all this kind of stuff like that. And the guy in the front's like, well, hey, just to let you know, I just got out of prison and my buddy just got out and I've got this weapon on me and then he's got that weapon on me. And then dude is the cop. He's like, oh, but thanks for telling me. Listen, I'm gonna need you guys to just stay put. I'm gonna go back to my car. I'm gonna radio for help, and I'll be back over. You guys just chill out. And the guy's like, cool. So guy goes back, calls for help, tells him the situation. That the help shows up, and so when the help's there, the guy goes up to the car and he's like, because he was thinking about this the whole time. He's like, look, man, when I was walking back to my car, you guys could have shot me. You guys could have driven off. Because during the search they found like because it was four dudes, so like the two guys in the back, the guy in the front didn't know even those guys had weapons. They had a shotgun on the ground, so it's like, hey man, you guys could have killed me when I was walking back there, walking back up to you. Like why didn't you? Basically, old guys like our basically our beef's not with you. Like they would rather go do their time and then get out and then do their crime, whatever they had planned. But they're like they very respectful, coordinated gang criminal people. Like our beef ain't with you, man. Just with those guys over there. But like they weren't snitching on each other. It was like the creepiest. It sounds like something that happens in a creepy pasta. I've been watching like spookier type of videos lately. You'll have to forgive me. Then this other time, the dude was saying now he was gonna go buy like meth from somebody, and they go to this house, and like but the guy's like family was outside and the kids were outside, so dude's like, hey, let's just like go in here and I got the stuff, and our guy's like, cool, goes in there. It's only 2 pounds. He wanted 5. So it's like, oh no, I'll get the rest. Let me just call the dude. I'll have him meet us here. Guy's like, okay. And then as he's, waiting, he's, hearing in his little earpiece or whatever, getting like a beep, or, maybe he's getting Morse code beeps like, hey, the wife and the kid are leaving. And, but before they left, they drug a carpet upstairs and then they took off. And the guy's kind of like, okay. So finally, like the rest of the meth shows up. Oh yeah, man, I got it upstairs. Sure, let me take you up here to get it for you. And like the whole time, this guy was not suspicious. Like the fact that like okay, dragging like moving a carpet at all is suspicious to me. I've just watched too much crime drama in my like if I would like driving past a carpeting place kind of creeps me out. I'm at that point. So like they drag a carpet upstairs. He's not worried. I kind of forget how that story ended up. Like of course he was fine. He still lived, or we wouldn't be hearing about it. But just all the signs, like, okay, family's leaving, okay, be on edge, carpet's going upstairs. Like you know you were going in that carpet, Cleopatra style, plus murder. I can't read. I do not know what you're saying with all those emojis, man. Ugh. It's starting to come back to me now. Something about, I forget where this came from. I don't know if we were talking about this in the chat room or if we were talking about this. If this came up on the show, but there's something about somebody being like blindfolded and given drugs. But to me, that sounds like if you're blindfolded and just taking random pills and powder and stuff like that, it sounds like drug Russian roulette, which you don't, because you don't know what all these drugs are gonna do to you, knock your ass out. And then Sandra Evans, I don't think she's here right now, but she watches. She shows up. She's been coming around since 2020. That's a minute now. That's 5 years now. That's forever. And I forget if I did say before. I've just been thinking it a lot. But if I did still have a job back at the beginning of a month ago, I would have lost it over my knee, and I'd be in the same place. So it kind of all worked out. Oh, that's what it was. Friday. Oh, finally. Friday. Finally back to work. I put dates on when I'm taking my Dark Shadows notes so I know when I start and I stop. And then again every 3 discs I stop and write a synopsis. And what happened the last time, it took me so long to read however many episodes that is. Cause it's between, I want to say, like 27 episodes. Sometimes it can be less. It just depends how many extras are on a disc. So it's not like every 30 episodes I do a synopsis. It's literally every 3 discs. So that can be, again, one disc has 3 episodes because the whole rest of it is extras. So that's just, there might not be a rhyme or reason to it when they come up, but it took me forever to do that. Finally finished it up. Finally finished talking about the character I wanted. Then I type up a little. I take everything I've written and try to like shorten it and just make it like something like big enough to be a tweet. Got that done. I was finally able to start watching episodes again. I think I'm on episode like 607. Because if I was on 608, I would remember. Oh, feels so good to be. I feel I don't know how to explain how right, how correct, like I'm in the right place in life. I feel when I'm lying down, I've got everything set up. I've got like my pen and paper. I've got the dark shadows set up. I think I'd hit the pot by then. I shouldn't be smoking out on the balcony that early, but just still got other issues going on. So just that just so feels right. All right, and I'm only up to episode 272. I would have to crawl underneath this to reach my notes. I'm trying to think. Cause I don't like, I know a few of my favorite episodes by number, like 494, and like again the episode we're all here because of 583. um I want to say either like 350 or 400 was a especially good episode, right around there. Something like that. I don't generally like rate every episode based on a number. It's kind of just like what are the actors in this scene? Yeah, episode 583. Oh god, them. Just I never knew that Arden. I don't know if you ever noticed this. I forget if I brought this up before because I missed it the first time, and then like it goes. I forgot how many episodes away it happens again. But Professor Stokes is left-handed. I did. I don't know how I know how I missed it the first time, but I'm like, that's his other hand. Why is he? He's a lefty. Yeah, that's when I figured out Frank's monitors are tripping on acid. So they must have went to that Pink Floyd concert that the lady told the story about and just got high AF because something happened. Like I swear that happened. Like Frank was off on the Tuesday and then he came back on Wednesday and it was acting up. So I think his computers are pissed off. His monitors are mad when he takes days off. So maybe he should reconsider some of those. All right, now we'll pay attention to that, Nikki. Like the first time it happens, it's earlier. I can't. I don't want to spoil anything. Mm, Patrick, all good people are left-handed. I look out for that. I'm very. I don't know when I started, but I do pay close attention to that. That's why the Evil Dead it might throw you off because Bruce Campbell's left-handed. So you see his right hand doing bad stuff, and you're like, oh my god, what if that happened to me? And it's like it's literally because they're gonna have to cut off his right hand because he's left-handed. So that's why. And then Frank brought up again how that is it Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Again, I knew his first name before. I should have written it down. But I guess because this is what the that prison guard dude was telling us. Like so many girls would just send Ramirez like pictures of themselves, and he probably got uh like oh my god, marry me, like wedding proposals, offers, forgetting words. But what he would do is he would hang up all these pictures of these girls, but he would scratch the eyes out of every single last one of them. Like, yeah, he's fine upstairs. But then Frank's like, man, if I would have known that's all I had to do to get girls was to just go into serial killing. So that's Frank's problem. If he would have lived like a couple of a couple of decades sooner, he could have gone into serial killing as a trucker and then stopped and then become a YouTuber and nobody would have known. Yeah, Dandy's a lefty too. How are you guys both cancers and both left-handed? Like Ray still plays as left-handed again. You watch his videos, all you do is see his left hand gesturing at stuff, and then his right arm just hangs out. Anthony Vincent's left-handed, isn't he? Yeah, because that's where Frank's daughter gets it from. She's left-handed. Oh. Judy Garland, left-handed also. That's why she could just hold her microphone with her right hand and just do so much with her left hand because she was a lefty. That's why it looks so magical. Arden, I'm a right-hander. Cool. TL Spud. They wanted something about hookers and blow. They brought up. I just thought that was funny because we say that here, and I'm trying to remember if we say that quite frankly or not. Each up when I was younger, heaps younger, used to draw glasses on pictures. What me and my friends used to do, we would because magazines were just everywhere. We'd get bored, so we would just get like a regular ballpoint pen. You can do this now because everybody's smiling with their perfect teeth. So you just go in and like make it look like they're missing a tooth, or you can just black out all their teeth. It's just something stupid to do, like give them a black eye. If they've got black hair, it's like, oh no, now they've got bangs that cover their eyes. It just it's just silly shit like that. Patrick says Arden will forgive you, lol. Just like fake it and hold a. I tried to learn how to hold a pen. Like for a while, I could write left-handed. Not really. It looked like somebody like maybe was mentally challenged, but I just wanted to be able to like make words in case my right hand got tired. Oh, okay. Frank played a music video, and I don't know if we've seen it before, but it's like not Anthony, but the rest of the guys, and they're in a theater watching a film. The video happens. There's some dude as a clown, like this evil clown in the video. I'm like, is that Mike May? It kind of like the nose. Like I could have sworn that was him. But then Frank comes back to the video and he's like, or from his break, he's like, yeah, the clown in that video was Mike May. You're like, I knew it! That guy! He was the one who was raised by ninjas. Who brought it up? Like somebody brought up a song. I don't know if the chat room did or Frank just did. Oh, I forget the name of the song now. But Frank said it was by we can. Frank got it right at the first time, but it was like Silverchair, Candlebox, whatever that was. It was he said it was from 1993. Of course, I've heard that song. I watched MTV back then. Pardon me. Title of it's not coming to me, but then. Oh, yeah, it'd be great to use both hands. Like I just like I could be able to write because whenever I do, for quite frankly, it makes no sense because I'll have my writing pad on the left side, so then something will happen and I've got to like turn over here and write something, and then rather than just because if I put it on the right side, it could fall off the bed, and then I've got to move. But John Volts said it's a Candlebox and Silverchair. We were getting those mixed up somehow. But then Andy Johnson said Silverbox and Candlechair. So I said Silver Candle and Box Chair. Like, what the fuck? I had to write that. In the moment, it was just so stupid, and I was just laughing so much. And it had just been such a long week. Or just make just like how far like can we stretch these names out until they don't mean anything at all? It sort of ended there though. Silverbox and Candle. Oh, okay. Dodged a bullet on Friday because Frank had a really great question. It was something like, you wake up and it's 1995. The last 30 years have been a dream. What do you do? And it's nothing profound. Like we're not going to stop 9/11. We're not going to stop like stuff like that. What's up, Dragon Sage? Glad you made it. And more of a question like how would you spend your time? Like of course we would all buy Apple stock, things like that. So he wanted people to use the speak pipe to leave a voicemail so he can play him on the show. Patrick used to be able to write both handed. Funny though, can only use scissors right handed. Same with golf, huh? Now there's things like my left hand can do that my right hand just like it just is stupid about. Like wearing a watch, my right hand could not do any kind of clasp. It didn't matter what kind, could not figure it out. Left hand, no problem. So that's its job. That's your job now. So I would look left handed because I was wear right my watch on my right wrist. So what happened was Frank's like, okay, now here's a call from I think he used his real name. I can say his name is Brian Connor. But the thing is, Brian Connor sounds just like his son, Brian Connor Jr., Gadget Doc. the one who passed away in 2020, and then I found out about, had to tell Frank, and then Frank had to tell everybody, and I had to watch everybody find out at once. No, his was very short. His was very short. I kind of didn't hear what he said because I was expecting to have a reaction to it. Like I took my hands away from the keyboard because I didn't know what was going to happen to me. But I was okay because what could have happened is this. I've never come across this before with anybody else, but this man sounds exactly like his son, like the same inflections, the same kind of laugh. It's like hearing a man who's been passed away from almost 5 years speak. And like I'm getting emotional about it right now. Like he called in once before, and all I did was cry because all I was hearing was my friend's voice. And it's so hard again because I do want that guy to call in, and like I hope his family's doing okay and all that stuff. And I'm sure it's good for everybody else to hear. And I want them to hear it. Like, don't like not call in just because it's gonna upset me. Because I want people to hear him talk because that's how Gadget Doc sounded. So yeah, that was wild. It is so great to know that he is his dad's a Frankly and still watches and participates. And I assume everything's fine. And Gadget Doc did have a son who's I don't know exactly what year he was born. Probably a damn adult now. Ugh. Pardon me again for just a second. My nose is running. It's okay. That's not the worst thing to happen. I mean, him dying is. I don't mean his dad calling in. That was great. Oh no, I remember what he said because I wrote it down. Let me read this. Beach Champ just reminded me of the Paul Walker movie, The Fast and the Furious. I didn't like the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, as Sean was taken to Japan so we could stop causing hassles with others. So the move from country to country didn't deter the pest from car racing. Oh, I saw the first Fast and the Furious, but there's like 12 of them, so I haven't seen. But I remember, like when he did pass away, he did seeing that fiery explosion. No, what Gadget Doc's father said was he would have told his son to not jump out of the helicopter because what had happened was he was ex-military. Gadget Doc was. There was some kind of like training thing that went wrong. It was like they took him up in a helicopter and then they were just supposed to either like rappel down or maybe they were up so high where they would jump, use parachute so they would, know what that was like. But something went wrong where like when he went to jump out, it's like something got caught. Like maybe his pack got caught, something he was wearing, something near him. Like he didn't just jump out. He kind of like tumbled unintentionally. I'm just struggling to remember the details of it. It's sort of like I want to say it was sort of like what happened with Peggy Hill, but just not that high up, where like he fell and like maybe he couldn't pull his cord for his parachute in time, so he kind of hit the ground too hard. So he did have to take medication for it. I don't like to speak with him. He was like seemed normal, so it's not like he had like was disfigured or crippled or nothing like that. It was just like he did have to take some kind of medication for it. Like I don't think he was in pain from it because later on he was talking about like going to the gym just to see the hot girls there. um, so that did happen. The only time like it did sort of seem like it affected him is like when he was telling that story. It's like he was leaving out details about it, and then we would have to be like, wait, what? Why did that happen? So like I kind of get it. Maybe he doesn't remember anything and it's painful to talk about. Your brain just kind of like leaves out details and he tells somebody else and it sounds spotty. But like like he was still a smart guy. He worked, had a son and living his life and all that kind of stuff. But he did have that, military, accident thing happen, and honorably discharged and all that good stuff. Really a faithful, like godly type of fella too. But Willie Fixit called in. I don't know if he's told this story before. Like I want to say maybe he has, but again with my memory, if he did say it, maybe he said it once and it was just that quick. But apparently he's dead. He died. Something about he dove into a pool and broke his neck and died. So R.I.P. But he's okay now. He got better. It must have just been like a nearly headless Nick, Harry Potter reference, John Cleese, like that. But he survived, so he's okay. I don't know if it was just like a neck issue. Does he have neck problems now? Did it affect his brain? How's his back? I don't know him that well to know. I'm glad he is he a zombie now? I don't know how long he was dead. Like 3 days? Did he do a Jesus thing? Don't know. But then he was said he was something like he was like paralyzed from the waist up. How does that go? Like you can still like walk and sit, but you can't like use your hands, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would have put up with that. I would have figured out a shotgun with my feet and just said no. Hmm. I wrote down winter coats on cats, which is redundant unless you live somewhere very cold. Not sure. But what the Frank did something, of course I don't condone using AI. Don't use Snapchat filters and don't let it read your face any more than it already does. I just, I gotta hang up about it already with my face here. But whatever there's something like an app that takes a cat and turns them into a human, which right away is retarded. You can look at somebody and know if they're a cat. You can look at a cat and know what they're going to look like as a person. Like we haven't seen Tim Cat. Like we haven't seen Matt McCat. So we know. But they use this evil fucking AI thing from Satan to and just but what they did is they took pictures of I want to say Pyretta, our queen. She's like the most like she's like more chill than a ragdoll cat. I guess she's like the type she wants you to pet her. She's super lovey dovey. You see when she's on with Anthony, she stares at that man like she's in love. Danny, the first Pyretta pick was hauntingly beautiful. First of all of the eyes look dead, like every single like these AI, like the actual eye, like where the eyes are the windows to the soul. They don't have souls, so don't look at the eyes of these pictures. But they turned her into like a teenager. But Pyretta is something like 13 in real life. And then with cat ears, you take your chronological age times 6 to get your age in cat ears. So she's a little bit up there. So then they had to redo it, and then they just turned her into I sort of forget what that one looked like. So I'm thinking of the next one, just an older lady because she's just they forgot the crown because she's a queen. They got it wrong. Apparently they don't know who Pyretta is. But then they went and took a couple of pictures of Lila. Lila is Frank's wife's cat. And she like I've never met her. All we see a picture of her at the very end of the shows. All gray. I don't think she has any white on her at all. Oh, she always sort of looks mad. Like, they just got that little bit of a look about them. Like, their eyes aren't perfectly big. Just a little bit mad. Like, why are you taking my picture? Why are you in my presence? You know how cats kind of get a little bit, like, they're not going to attack you. But, like just the fact that the atmosphere moved and they have to take notice. Like, You made me pay attention to this. Why? You know, that kind of a look a cat gives you. She just kind of looks like that, like you're bothering her in her house. But they put the first picture through, and she just looks like some like innocent little teenage girl. And I'm like, nah, because Lila looks like she'll cut a bitch. And Frank did say, like, I wish Lila was a little bit more like Pyretta, because Lila just seems like she. I know Frank said what he said, but I know cats, so I could just tell Lila is less chill than Pyretta, and we'll let you know about it. Don't know if she's a talker, but that's where it is. So they use a second picture of her because oh, I forget how old they said Lila is. Not as old as Pyretta, maybe 5 years younger, but like an adult. But the picture they used, folks were saying it sort of looked like Kathy Bates, like esque. Like it was like a little bit of a like Cancerian in the face. Kathy Bates is also a Cancer. It's like, yeah, that does make like just give her a hatchet. I can totally see Lila as that. But the other issue was though that the pictures they were using were winter pictures, so she still had her winter coat, so she just looks all big and fluffy, and it's now I know a winter cat can make a winter coat can make a cat look obese because I used to have an all gray cat, Teddy Roosevelt, and he was super nice, super chill. He was kind of like bigger for a cat, just like a little bit longer than a normal cat. Not weight wise, just bigger boned. But I remember one winter I was thinking like this dude's been inside all winter long. He's just not getting the exercise. Like I'm gonna have to put him on a diet. Like he wasn't even that old. He wasn't even he was like 5 or something. Like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, what are we feeding this cat? And summertime, springtime comes around. It was all like it might have been a bit of fat, but then he ran it off. It was just winter coat. It went from like I think my cat's obese to like oh my God, maybe I gotta feed him more. It was just winter coat. So like this picture of Lila, a lot of it is winter coat. So like okay, well how much does she weigh? That's kind of hard to tell from a picture of a cat how much they weigh. Again, the winter coat thing and just perspective and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this happened. But then suddenly, Frank's wife sent him a text real quick talking about how Lila is only 8 pounds. And like, I don't know if she read the chat room. I don't know if she heard me. I don't know if she just said that just to say that. I don't know how the universe worked that out. But so she's only 8 pounds. Like I had a 6 pound cat once. 8 pounds is not huge. It's a healthy size for a cat. Oh, we owe you Bill Cooper, Sledgehammer, Kathy Bates, yeah. And then anything Kathy Bates, of course, you think of Misery, but she's been in American Horror Story and various seasons of it. She's always great. So I was thinking of that. Her it when she was I can't think of the character's name, but when they were in New Orleans, so American Horror Story Coven, Kathy Bates' character, she's spoilers for that season. She's actually like a ghost from an earlier time, but there she is in present day, and yeah. All right, that's a pretty small cat. Yeah, like 6 pounds is quite small, but like for my one cat, he was a nervous guy. He just wasn't a big eater, so his weight just kind of stayed low. I know he didn't like that because after he passed away, I saw him in a dream and he was like the weight he wanted himself to be. So I know he didn't want to quite be that skinny, but he looked fine. He was healthy. So 8 pounds for a cat, that's not bad. Plus, she's an adult. I don't know if like lady cats weigh significantly less than boy cats. It can't be like a cat can't weigh that much. Like if you got a 20-pound cat, they're either huge or they've got medical problems. So it's not like a wild amount of weight you can play with there. A chap just reminded me, don't like to get the barbershop employee not to get my hair trimmed during the colder weather months. Around the winter months. I never, my entire life, I've never understood this. This happened in school. This happened at jobs. This happens when you walk into Walmart. Why do guys, especially guys will go and get their hair cut. Like they'll go from like hair down to their shoulders to getting like an undercut and everything else cut short. And it's literally January 3rd. Like there's snow on the ground. You're wearing a winter coat. And your first thought is, how can I be colder? Like I know guys can't have super long hair. So like on the one hand, I kind of get it. But on the other hand, if you have to get your hair cut that often, you're going to know how fast it grows. And you can time it to like, hey, maybe I should get my hair cut in fall, not when there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. And then the following week, suddenly I've got hypothermia. I don't know, pneumonia, something stupid. It just, I don't get it. I don't get that. But one of my favorite stupid things was, and this lady was not very smart to, she was nice, but you could tell like the lights were on, but the hamster was dead. Because we had, when I worked at the factory, we had training videos. Well, like you could almost set your watch by them. Like they were just, certain times a year, just once a year. They would just have us go through these training videos so we knew how to, like shut off, like the, if the machine fucked up, how to, shut it off properly and get the hell away, how to use a fire extinguisher, just little stuff you need to know to work in a factory, how, proper way to use earplugs, like we know. So what happened was we had our annual like safe, like healthy, because like there was like big box to lift up, stuff like that. And one thing was, like when you lift something heavy, just lift it up straight and set it down. Don't be like twisting and turning with it, because that's how you can hurt your back. And about for like a week ahead of time, they'd hang up the flyers so we would know. So like don't, if you miss work that day, you're gonna have to go through the training anyway. Might as well show up. And that was in March. I don't know why I remember, but it was March. It was cold out. Oh yeah, because there's a part 2 to this. So what had happened was people either worked in the front or worked in the back, and working in the back was a little bit more strenuous. That's how I fucked up my shoulder. But what this lady did, and she was middle aged, well, let's just say mid 40s, she just lifted up a heavy box and decided to twist with it. And it's not like she was in the best shape. So she hurt her back so bad that, like, enough that she could not continue to work back there. She had to work up in the front with us. So we got to hear all about it. But I first heard that she had gotten hurt. And I sort of like knew who she was enough to be like, oh my God, is she okay? And what happened? Oh, well, sitting in the break room. Yeah, she was back there working, had a, full box, lifted it up, and twisted and hurt her back. I turned my head to look at the wall, because closer than this wall is to me now was the wall of the break room with the sign still hanging up from earlier that week for the training about not lifting shit up and twisting while you're doing it. And I know she was there. Like it took a while to watch these training videos too. Like you got out of work for like maybe 45 minutes or an hour or something like that. Fine. William Bill Cooper, we have a 20-pounder orange tabby, always hungry and not shy about it. Yep. Yeah, we had a cat once. She would eat like it was going out of style. Like she never got like fatter or anything. She just appreciated food. Like if somebody was in the kitchen and she wasn't eating, like we were gonna take it away. And she didn't come from a bad home, but she's all right. So again, this was wintertime, March somewhere, around in there. Yeah, back when we had like winter storms. So like I left out of there in like something like 2015. So this was between 2008 and then. So again, it's wintertime, and she's just happens to be hanging out more with like the people in the back could kind of take breaks whenever they wanted, but like the folks up front, like every 2 hours, folks would get our like 10 or 15-minute break. All the smokers would go outside. Well, this chick who hurt her back, suddenly she went from, I guess she was a smoker sometime in the past. Well, now she's getting hooked on it again because she's around all these smokers, like peer pressure, just a weak individual. Anyway, so she's going out there smoking her cigarettes on break, just like everybody else. Anyway, about a week or so goes by, and suddenly she's not at work. So it's like, oh, I thought her back got worse or something. So it's like, oh no, why is, she not in? Oh, well, she's sick. She got I don't know, pneumonia, something. She got sick from standing outside in the wintertime smoking cigarettes when she was not used to it. That's how she got sick. She, like, first to hurt your back because you're dumb as hell. Then you start picking up cigarettes again because you're dumb as hell. And number three, now you're sick because you're dumb as hell. And she had children. So, oh my God, I hope they got away from her. Like, how are you NPC? This was the same chick I think I told you before. Like, she came to work one day. Again, mid-40s and looked it, but pitch black hair, darker than mine, no gray in it at all. And she was so happy about it. Like, well, my hair was this color when I was a teenager. Thinking, yeah, and I'm sure you didn't have a face full of wrinkles back then, making you look older too. But like dark brown would have been more like believable, but no, just like not. I'm not, like she wasn't like a bad person. Like I know she wasn't doing these things on purpose. She's just too stupid to realize it. But then there she goes. My God. Oh, beach chap. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, if it seizes up, it's just YouTube. It's like I don't know what it's doing with the poll. Like check out. Get this finalized. The poll for the film for us to watch for this month. Let me pop it in the chat room real quick just to make sure. YouTube has been acting so slow today. I am so pissed off with you. All YouTube did yesterday was put a fucking animation up in the corner every single time on the logo. Nothing but a goddamn animation on the TV and on the phone. And suddenly today it's sluggish. Fuck you, man. Fucking animations. Draining my battery. Gotta love it. Anyway. Post. Is that it? I hope so. Yeah, if you haven't voted, get your votes in now. I'll close this up in like 3 minutes when it's 10 till. Now somebody else, now this is not exactly right. King 40, I guess I'm a dumb as hell smoker, lol. Well, the thing is, if you're smoking cigarettes, when you stop, just stop. Don't pick it up again in the middle of winter and then wonder why you get a lung infection. Like, oh, how could this have happened? And then if you want to, keep up with it, don't be surprised if you have a heart attack because that's what happens. Somebody had voted for, like, it chose A Night at the Opera, but they wanted Lifted. And then somebody else wanted Jabberwocky, but then it gave them something else. So what I'm going to do for the poll for the next month is I'm just going to put up a video and just have people comment in the comments for the 4 options since YouTube cannot keep track of a poll and it wants to make extra work for me because this is what I need right now. So looking at it now, like I'm assuming A Night at the Opera got, like as it sits now, it's 7 votes. Lifted has 14%. Capricorn 1 has 29%. Jabberwocky has 43%. And A Night at the Opera has 14%. So again, that's 7 votes. So if we take away A Night at the Opera, and then let me make sure. Oh, I want to get what the it's looking like Jabberwocky, but hang on, I want to make sure. Like I'm sure there's a way to figure out percentages. Yeah, Lisa Gray wanted Jabberwocky, and then Jenna wanted Lifted. And yeah, they both chose A Night. Okay, so nothing for A Night at the Opera because it chose that for both of them. So let's act like that's 0%. So that would just be 1 extra vote for Jabberwocky and then 1 extra vote for Lifted. King 40, I ate heart attacks for breakfast. That is so great. Still plays. I like that. I'll buy that from you. Oh, and thank you guys. Like I was saying before, like the subscriber count was holding strong at 230, but then over the last few days, like I'm up to 233. So thank you. It doesn't, again, it doesn't always show. You can have your subscriptions public or private. Some people are just private, like mine are like that, just personal choice. But the public ones, it does show me. So holy shit, it's wild to see. All right, there was only one choice when I voted. Oh, let me go back here. Go to the poll. And you can stop acting slow, YouTube. You have, I was going to say one job, but your job is not to throw animations in my face. Can't find it now. Oh, reload. There you go. So it is looking like Jabberwocky's going to get the film for us since oh, it just act like it's three options there. If you add more to Lifted, like Lifted is only at 14%, so like one more vote won't raise it up that high. But Jabberwocky's got the most with 43%, so another vote's just going to make that more. Danny, nice growth on the channel. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are the ones doing most of the watching and all of the subscribing because it won't let you subscribe to your own channel. It's like it shows the subscribe button, but instead of being like maybe like a bright red, it's a darker red. Like, oh, why do I gotta get the bloodstained red color when it's not? But that's cool. I don't remember where Jabberwocky. I think it's on Tubi. I will make sure to get that posted out either tonight or tomorrow because it's Saturday. Saturday, yeah. That's cool because again, it was just the one film I've seen before and three I have not. Like three films I know kind of very little about, so it's just like going in blind, which is fine. I'm sort of used to that. So that'll be cool. And then oh, of course, I'm always taking movie suggestions for uh the following month, June. So if it's a free movie that's on YouTube or Tubi or Pluto TV, go ahead and suggest that in the comments or the comments of any posts or any tweet that I make. I will get those. And then Frank does have his movie club later this month. It's going to be on May 19th. It's the public film club, so anybody can check it out. It's usually just for people that support his channel monetarily. But this is going to be the Prestige from 2006. I have not seen it. Frank did spoil it, like the end or like part of it a couple of weeks ago. But again, I can't remember back that far. So that's by the time I watch it, I will have completely forgotten what he said. But what happened was Shane B found this film for free online. I'm getting that for you now. I believe this is it. I don't want to pin it. That way you can watch it yourself, and then we will be able to talk about it. That'll be two new movies for me this month. Awesome. And that one concert. So we'll have a lot to do, and that's just to films. So we have, well, one for my channel, one for Frank's channel. We'll review Jabberwocky on May the 24th, so you get 3 weeks to watch this. And then at the exact same effing time, oh, that'll be at the end of the. I'll be live all that week. That's the during the week of the 20th through the following week, the 26th, when Frank is off. That'll be great. So yeah, I will. I'll record a video that day and put it out to have people vote for the June movie. Since the polls just select whatever the hell they want. I want us to choose the film, not YouTube. So just changing that up for it'll basically be the same thing. You'll still be coming to this channel to vote for a movie. So yeah, it'll be fine. How was the Frank did a cigar stream earlier or something like that? Just from the picture, he's just sitting outside and he's wearing his default shirt. It was at 3 o'clock. That's a good time to have it. But my eyes were just not there yet. But next week here coming up is just a regular, well, it's a full week, but on Wednesday, that's the first Wednesday of the month, so we go to Morning Sickness Matt Christensen. This will be the 1 year of Frank doing guest spots on his show. So Morning Sickness Matt should have had the baby by now. And then this Friday coming up on the 9th, that is when Frank will be officially announcing his plans that are, you know, himself, Keto Brains, September, New York State. That's all we know. That's when we're going to get the rest of the I guess like the people who already, you know, support the channel monetarily know the stuff, but they have to keep it secret. The rest of us find out then. So that's less than a week away. I really wish it was earlier in the week so we could talk about it all week. I don't want to get all of that information dumped on us in the last 15 minutes of the Friday show, just for us to have to think about it independently, and then for me to turn around and have to talk about it in 22 hours with just, it feels like it's going to be extra frustration when he could tell us sooner. Maybe I'm anticipating it too much. I always anticipate a bad time. That way, if I don't have a bad time, I can be surprised. But oh, it wasn't pure hell. Oh my god, thank you. So I'm just kind of worst case scenarioing it. It probably won't be that bad. Don't let me worry you. Matt McCat was pregnant. Not Matt McCat. Sorry, Morning Sickness Matt Christensen. Because the first time Frank went on, like I don't know Matt Christensen other than when Frank's on his show. But he was just like, you could tell there was something wrong with him. He was just kind of like moving around a bit too much or just making a face. And he's like, I'm sorry, Frank. I don't know what it is. I just feel just kind of queasy. I don't know. I've never felt this way before. I'm like, oh, that's just morning sickness. So, so that's why I call him that, Morning Sickness Matt. Since we have so many Matts, you cannot just be Matt. You're getting another name. Full stop. You don't have a choice. So he's MS Matt, Morning Sickness Matt. But yeah, all that is, it's just Frank goes live on his channel as soon as Quite Frankly ends. So it's like maybe the show ends 2 minutes earlier, and then we're just hop over to his channel. And Frank's there from like half an hour, 45 minutes, co-hosting. King 40 men taking maternity leave is fucking, well, you know, yeah. Where's the baby gonna come out of? Oops. I realized I had the phone line up, but I didn't turn it on, and it was gonna forget something great. That's okay. That's all right. Oh, what else? What else? Let me look at my own description, or I'm gonna forget what to talk about. Yeah, and caffeine is the trick. That's the only difference between last week and this week was that 100 extra milligrams of caffeine. Otherwise, just, I don't know. It can't continue to be as bad as it is, something's got to give. Hitting a lot of breaking points. I've hit my breaking point with Grace Still Plays Editor. I've hit my breaking point with my city tax returns. Apparently they did it wrong, so I'm not getting back as much as I thought. So I'm taking that personally. Since there's nothing but perverts running this state, after I die, I'm going to make sure everybody knows about it. Because just to make them want to keep me alive longer. Like, you don't want me to die because it's going to end for you. You frigging perverts. This state had one of those pedophile lotteries where if you went and got something extra put into your body, they would put you into a lottery where you would, like, I don't know, win $100 or something. A pedophile lottery. So no. But that is either way. I do have to get the PO box set up. Sometime this month I've got to get out there and bite the bullet and do that because I know people do want to send me stuff. So like sometime, but I really do have to get out there and get that set up. I said I would. I just don't like the wild it's either going to be at $100 for 6 months or a year, or $100 every month for 6 months. I don't like that second option. That's a lot. That's more than Keto Brains. Still haven't heard back from them. But Keto Brains does sponsor, quite frankly. Promo code frankly. If you'd like to get you some of that, you will get a discount. Fight with the website. Don't let them add that $1.95 payment protection. If you email them, don't expect to hear anything back. Each app happens all around the world. The pandemic could have also been part of it. Yeah, could be. Oh man, that flew by. So yeah, if you're sad, try a little bit more caffeine. I'm not your doctor or anything, but it works for me. So that's getting me through. Oh, yeah, I tell you what, if I don't get sick tomorrow, I will have made it a whole week without my stomach giving me extra issues. So I'm like white knuckling it. Hopefully, try to start feeling more like a human being. That'll help out. So everybody, smash the like button on the way out. Don't forget your pants. You're going to need them all week. Quite frankly, it's going to be a full week plus a little bit of extra overtime. And now you suddenly have 2 movies to watch in May. Maybe watch the Prestige first, since that review comes up first, so it'll be fresher in your mind. King 40, they did that lottery bullshit for the extras in Massachusetts too. The winner was one of the usual suspects. LOL. I'm just not sure exactly what words I think I know what I can and cannot say. I'm just at the end of the episode. I just trying to. I don't want to get it taken down after I've gone over 2 hours. Patrick, great show, Nikki. Good to see all of you lovely people here. Have a great weekend. Yeah, you too. Good luck with you guys' teams. I guess. I mean, huh. I wait. No, I hope they both lose so that no. What do you say with sports? Break a leg? I don't know. No, don't break a leg. I'm interested in what can they tie? Are we gonna hear about that? How'd you fucking tie the game, man? What the fuck? Soccer, man. Yeah, you don't like soccer across the way outside of the United States where it's called football. That's like a powder keg. Like those people will go off in an instant. Like you think like people in gangs fight with each other and go off. No, you piss off sports fans like in Europe, and suddenly a whole town burns down. But everybody's fine with it because it was sports related. They had a reason. Oh yeah, I'm glad everybody had a good time. I hope you had fun. Quite frankly, and at the bonus shows, Dandy, thanks, Nikki and everyone. We owe you. Bill Cooper said, enjoy the rest of your evening, Nikki. Take care up there. Yeah, you guys take care. Eat some food, get some good sleep. Take care of your knees and your back and your eyes. And just take it easy on the weekend. It's May, so it's the May and June have the most holidays for me, and then we get this full week in May to go live. It's so I'm you would think I'd be nervous about so much to do, but I'm almost excited to have so much to do, even though it could become overwhelming. I'm looking forward to the challenge of it. Let me put it that way. It's not scary at all. It's like I sort of want it to be over so I can think back and like, oh my God, I can't believe I got through that. It's been a whole year live. By the time I go live next week, I will have been doing live shows for 1 year. I don't make as big a deal out of milestones on this channel as maybe I should, but that's kind of huge for somebody who did not want to be seen at all. And it's literally been, it'll be a year on the 8th. That's pretty wild. So I can't wait to see you guys again after a year at the next show. And quite frankly, so everybody just take it easy on yourself. Again, eat as much as you can, sleep as much as you can, sit in a chair as much as you can, go outside, look at stuff, do all that good stuff, have some ice cream. Stay out of prison. We don't need to hear about you from a prison guard in 20 years. Oh, I knew that guy. They were Frankly. Oh no, I can't end the show now. Okay, there's the button. So yeah, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay base, stay Franklies, stay sexy, stay out of trouble. Until next time.